So we have an example here, Praimi gravida. Okay, so here see, you have example number 1, and here the statement says woman pregnant for the first time. She is pregnant for the first time. How she has come with her first pregnancy. What would you call this condition as? So what terminology would you use? Here you will use the word praimi gravida. So what do you mean by praimi gravida? Praimi gravida means woman who is pregnant for the first time. She is currently pregnant. So whenever you use the word gravida, means she is pregnant for the first time. Okay. Second example here, woman pregnant for the 4th time. So this is her 4th pregnancy. This is her 4th pregnancy. Okay. She comes at 12 weeks of pregnancy for routine antenatal visit. First pregnancy lasted 3 months amenorrhea, second pregnancy lasted 5 months amenorrhea, third pregnancy is a full term pregnancy delivered by cesarean section, baby is alive and healthy. Okay. So now we will assign GPLA, we will also assign GTPAL. Okay. So we will see what is the perfect GPLA score for her and what is the perfect GTPAL score for her. Okay. So GPLA here is G. Okay. G is for the number of pregnancy including the current pregnancy, right? The number of pregnancies the woman has experienced including the current pregnancy. So she is pregnant for the 4th time and therefore G will carry a suffix of 4, G4. Okay. Para refers to the number of pregnancies which have crossed the period of viability, not including the present pregnancy. This is her 4th pregnancy. She has had 3 pregnancies in the past. Out of those 3 pregnancies, the first pregnancy was a miscarriage. The second pregnancy was again a miscarriage because the second pregnancy was lost at 5 months of amenorrhea. So I will put it under miscarriage. So roughly 5 months of amenorrhea means around 20 weeks. Okay, so here we take months, we convert months into weeks by multiplying it by 4. Okay, so 3 months of amenorrhea will be roughly 12 weeks and 5 months of amenorrhea will roughly correspond to 20 weeks. So both the first and the second pregnancies were miscarriages. The third pregnancy was a full term pregnancy. Full term pregnancy means definitely it comes under para because it has crossed the period of viability. Okay, and the baby is alive and healthy. So what is her para score here? She is para 1. The baby is live and healthy. So L will again be 1 because she has 1 living child. Okay. So abortion A will be 2. She is gravida 4, para 1, living 1, abortion 2. She is gravida 4, para 1, living 1, abortion 2. Right. So now we will put a GTPAL score for her. G will not change. Gravida is 4. Term and preterm. Here we have only one pregnancy which has crossed the period of viability and that is a full term pregnancy and therefore T will be 1. Term 1. One term pregnancy in the past. No preterm pregnancies in the past. She has not had any preterm pregnancy. Preterm means what? Between 28 and 37 if she has delivered any baby then it would come under preterm. Here there are no preterm pregnancies in the past. Okay. Preterm deliveries. So abortion again 2, live babies 1. Okay. So what is her GTPAL score? Her GTPAL score is gravida 4, T1, P0, A2, L1 and this can be written as G4, T1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1. 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1. Okay. This is GTPAL. Okay. So the examiner might either ask GPLA or she might ask you GTPAL. But it's as simple as that. It's very easy. GPLA or GTPAL. So this is one example. We'll see the next example here. Okay. So here is the next example. Woman has come with 3rd pregnancy, previous 2 full-term vaginal deliveries, first baby 5 years alive and healthy, second baby 3 years alive and healthy. Okay. So what's her GTPAL and GPLA score? She is pregnant for the 3rd time. This is her 3rd pregnancy. This is her 3rd pregnancy. Okay, what happened to the first pregnancy? First pregnancy was a full term pregnancy. Full term pregnancy. The second pregnancy was again a full term pregnancy. The first baby is 5 years old. The second baby is 3 years old. Okay, and both the babies are alive and healthy. So this is the short gist of the case that's being given here. She's pregnant and therefore G would be 3. She's currently pregnant and therefore you will assign the word gravida to her. You will use the alphabet G and therefore yes, she's G3. Para is 2. She's had 2 pregnancies in the past which have crossed the period of viability. The first and the second pregnancy both were full term pregnancies and therefore para will be 2, and both the children are alive and healthy. Okay, both the children are alive and healthy and therefore life will also be 2. She's had no abortions in the past and therefore A is 0. Okay, so gravida 3, para 2, living 2. Abortion 0. Gravida 3, para 2, living 2, abortion 0 is the perfect GPLA score for her. We can put it as G3, P2, L2. Okay, it's understood that A is 0 if you write like this. Okay, so what is the G-TPAL score for her? G-TPAL. Okay, here again G is 3. She's had 2 pregnancies in the past and both the pregnancies were full term pregnancies and therefore T is 2. T is 2. She's had no preterm pregnancies in the past and therefore P is 0. She's had no abortion, so abortion will also be 0. L, she has 2 living children at present and therefore L is 2. So I can write this as G3 T 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2. 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2. Okay. So this is the perfect GPLA and G-TPAL score for the given example. We will see the next example. Woman pregnant for the 4th time. This is her 4th pregnancy. This is her 4th pregnancy. Previous 3 full term vaginal deliveries. Okay. First baby, term, 5 years, alive and healthy. Second baby, again term, 3 years, alive and healthy. Okay, third baby, full term, but term was stillborn. Okay, so this is alive and healthy. The second baby is also alive and healthy. The third baby is not there at present. The third baby was stillborn. Okay, so now we'll assign a score for her. What is her GPLA and what is her G-TPAL? She is currently pregnant for the 4th time. So gravida 4. She has had 3 pregnancies in the past and all the 3 pregnancies have crossed the period of viability. So her para will be 3. She has only 2 living children. One child is lost, okay, at birth and therefore L will be 2. There are no abortions in the past, so A will be 0. Okay, so it's gravida 4, para 3, living 2, abortion 0. So you don't have to mention this abortion 0, you can just simply write it is gravida 4, para 3, living 2. It's understood. If you write it as gravida 4, para 3, living 2, it's understood that there were 3 pregnancies in the past and 1 baby is not alive at present, only 2 babies are alive. Gravida 4, para 3, living 2. Now how do we write it in G-TPAL? Again she is gravida 4. So she has had 3 pregnancies in the past and all the 3 were term pregnancies. There are no preterm pregnancies at all. So T will be 3, P will be 0, preterm will be 0, abortion will again be 0, L, she has 2 living children, so L will be 2. Okay, so I can write this as G4 T 3 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2, 3 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2. Okay, so this is yes G-TPAL score. Okay, so this is the GPLA score for her, this is the G-TPAL score for her. Okay, hope you understand this example. We'll move on to the next example here. Example number 5. Woman pregnant for the 2nd time, first pregnancy was a miscarriage at 4 months amenorrhea. Okay, so currently she's carrying her second baby. So will you use the alphabet G for her gravida? Yes, because she's currently pregnant. Okay, so what is her GPLA score? What is her GTPAL score? Gravida 2. She's had no pregnancies in the past which has crossed the period of viability. So her para will be 0, her life will be 0, she has no living children, 0. She's had only one miscarriage at 4 months amenorrhea. Her abortion will be 1. Okay. So her obstetric score is G2P0L0A1, which can be simplified as G2A1. G2A1. So this is the perfect way of writing it. You can just write G2A1 instead of writing G2P0L0A1. Okay. So what is her GTPAL score? Her GTPAL score is this: G2, term 0, preterm 0, abortion 1, life 0. Okay. So if you write G2A1, it's simple and it's easily understandable. But if you want to know how to write the GTPAL, yes, it's here. Gravida 2, T, 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. Okay. So this is GTPAL. So this is a very simple case. I think you're clear about it. We'll see the next example here. Woman pregnant for the third time. First pregnancy was a miscarriage at 3 months amenorrhea. Second pregnancy was an ectopic pregnancy, and salpingectomy done 2 years back. Okay, so currently she is pregnant, she is carrying her third baby. So her gravida will be her gravida will be 3. She is gravida 3. She is gravida 3, and third pregnancy. First pregnancy was a miscarriage at 3 months amenorrhea. So it comes under abortion. Okay, it comes under abortion. Second pregnancy was an ectopic pregnancy. So ectopic again comes under abortion. Ectopic again comes under abortion. Okay, so she is gravida 3, para 0, living 0, abortion 2, or I can simply write it as gravida 3, abortion 2. Gravida 3, abortion 2. Okay, or sometimes you might see this word E. This letter E, okay, E can also be used to denote ectopic in the past. Okay, E can also be used to denote ectopic pregnancies in the past. So I can either write it as gravida 3, abortion 2, or I can write it as gravida 3, abortion 1, ectopic 1. Both are just the same. Okay, gravida 3, abortion 2, or gravida 3, abortion 1, ectopic 1, both are just the same, but the perfect way of writing it is gravida 3, abortion 2. Even if you come across this alphabet E in obstetric score in GPLA system, you don't have to panic, just understand that it is ectopic. Okay, so gravida 3, abortion 2, or gravida 3, abortion 1, ectopic 1 will be the perfect obstetric score for the given example. And under GTPAL, it's just simple. It's gravida 3, T0, P0, abortion 2, L0. Okay, so it's as simple as that. This is the correct obstetric score, GTPAL score for the given example. We'll see another example. Woman comes with 3 months amenorrhea, 3 months amenorrhea with a gestational sac in the right adnexa. She's had 2 previous pregnancies. First pregnancy was a twin pregnancy, preterm labor at 30 weeks, alive and healthy. Second pregnancy was a miscarriage at 5 months amenorrhea. So it looks a little complicated, but don't panic. It's as simple as that. I'll explain it to you. So currently she is pregnant. There's no doubt, because she has a gestational sac. Whether it's intrauterine sac or extrauterine sac, it does not matter. She is pregnant and she has a sac. Okay. So you will definitely use the alphabet G because she is pregnant. Okay. And she is pregnant for the third time. She is pregnant for the third time because she has had 2 previous pregnancies. She has had 2 pregnancies in the past. Okay. What happened to her first pregnancy? Her first pregnancy was a preterm labor. Preterm labor at 30th week. Okay, 30th week. But the baby is alive. The baby is alive. Okay. The second pregnancy was a miscarriage, so you will put it under abortion. At 5 months amenorrhea, she aborted her second pregnancy, and currently she is pregnant for the third time. Okay. So what is her GPLA score? She is Gravida 3, she is para 1, and she has 2 living children. Please remember, her first pregnancy was a twin pregnancy. Okay, her first pregnancy was a twin pregnancy. So just because her first pregnancy was a twin pregnancy, should you count para 2 here? No, it is only para 1, because I told you, regardless of the number of fetuses, para will be taken as 1 only. Okay, para will be taken as 1 only, because para only counts the number of pregnancies. Para does not count the number of fetuses. Okay, so here she has had 1 pregnancy which has crossed the period of viability, and therefore she is para 1. But that pregnancy was a twin pregnancy, and she delivered them at 30 weeks, and both the babies are alive and healthy. So she has 2 living children at present. So her L will be 2 here. Okay, so whenever there is a discrepancy between P and L, and especially when the number assigned to L is more than the number assigned to P, it is understood that she has had multiple pregnancies in the past. Okay, the example like what we see here, para is 1, living is 2, but that means there was 1 pregnancy which was a twin pregnancy, and therefore she has 2 living children in spite of having 1 para in the past. Okay, so Gravida 3, para 1, living 2, fine. Abortion, yes, 1. Gravida 3, para 1, living 2, abortion 1 is the perfect GPLA score for the given history. Okay, for the given history. After you treat, now you suspect ectopic, no? For the current pregnancy you suspect ectopic. After you treat the ectopic, okay, you will remove the alphabet G, and you will put that ectopic under abortion. So then she will become, after treatment she will become para 1, living 2, abortion 2. Okay, so for now she has come with pregnancy, she is Gravida 3, para 1, living 2, abortion 1. Okay, so under GT-PAL, this will again be Gravida 3. There are no preterm pregnancies in the past. There was 1 preterm pregnancy, para 1, abortion 1, living 2. Okay, no term pregnancies, only 1 preterm pregnancy, abortion 1, living 2. So her GT-PAL score will be Gravida 3, T 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. Okay, so you understand how to give the GT-PAL score. Here only we distinguish term from preterm, whereas in the GPLA system we include both term and preterm under para. Okay, we have one other example here. 8th example, patient comes with abnormal uterine bleeding following 3 months amenorrhea. Okay, abnormal uterine bleeding following 3 months amenorrhea, UPT negative. So is she currently pregnant? She is not pregnant at present. Okay, she is not currently pregnant. Okay, previous 2 full term viable pregnancies, she has had 2 full term viable pregnancies, alive, both the babies are alive and healthy, and she has also had 1 abortion at 6 months amenorrhea. So she has had 3 pregnancies in the past. The first pregnancy was a term pregnancy, alive and healthy. The second pregnancy again was a term pregnancy, alive and healthy. Her third pregnancy was a miscarriage or abortion at 6 months amenorrhea. 6 months means 6 4s are 24. So anyway, it's less than 28 weeks. So obviously it will come under abortion. Okay. So fine. What is her GPLA score? Should you use this alphabet G here? No. I told you this alphabet G or the word gravida is only used for women who are currently pregnant. She is not currently pregnant, and therefore I will not use this alphabet G, rather I will use only PLA. Okay. So she's had 2 pregnancies which have crossed the period of viability, so her para will be 2. She has 2 living children at present, L will be 2. A, she's had 1 abortion in the past, so A will be 1. Para 2, living 2, abortion 1. Para 2, living 2, abortion 1. Okay. This is the correct GPLA score. What about the GT-PAL score? Here again in GT-PAL score, The alphabet G is not applicable for this patient. Only T-PAL will come. So, term, she has had 2 term pregnancies in the past. She has no preterm pregnancy in the past. She has had 1 abortion in the past and she has 2 living children at present. Okay. So, her T-PAL score will be T 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2. Okay. So, hope you all understand the GPLA obstetric scoring system and GT-PAL scoring system. You can expect questions in the NEET as well as in the National INI CET exam from GPLA and GT-PAL scoring system.